Back, everybody. This is Paul Douglas, the industry giant and search engine bully out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. And with me today, I have my co-author and good friend, Rob Anspach from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Rob, are you able to hear me okay?
I hear you fine.
We've
Yeah,
established that before we went
yeah,
live.
it's a very long tin can and line, but I think it's a good connection.
Well, considering you use Verizon, I'm surprised.
Not anymore. That's being switched.
Yeah, now we're gonna have to edit that out so neither of us get sued by Verizon.
Oh, let him sue me.
All right, so in this video, so far up until now, in the previous videos, we've discussed all the things that we do to help get our websites ranked on the first page of Google. Not just one listing, but for multiple listings. So in this video, what we want to do is tie it all together. And Rob, why don't I have you lead this one off for me?
Well, one of the things that I believe that everybody should be doing, and not because I wrote two books on social media, but yes, you should be using social media to help bring all those fans, friends, and followers into your funnel to help them or to get them to help you distribute your links to their friends and fans. One of the things that I believe is very important to help boost your ranks is utilizing, the big seven, the Facebook, the Twitter, LinkedIn, Google Plus, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. Now we covered YouTube, but we really haven't gotten into any of the social proof, the social influence, the social media, as if they really call it. It's not really media. It's basically social equity. You're building your relationship with somebody else using these platforms. Now, Google Plus is owned by Google. Same thing as YouTube. Now, with Google Plus, I find it's more of a way to boost your links back to your site on Google by posting, your a little summary of the web page that you want people to know about, whether it be your YouTube video, whether it be your website link, or even some of your other social pages. You put them on Google Plus. The key to getting Google Plus to rank your links faster is to get everybody to plus one what you're doing or saying. The more plus ones, the better it has a chance of being boosted onto Google search results. Uh,
Absolutely. I kind of stumbled on that a short while ago, actually a couple of years ago, when at one time, when you look at if you're signed into your Google account and you did a Google search, uh, all the listings have this little drop down arrow where you can plus one it.
mhm.
Now it's evolved, and so you'll find now instead of having the chance to plus one it, there's a button at the top of the search page if you're signed into your Google account where you can share something. So what I used to do is when I saw something I found on Google that was say on page 2, page 3, I would go and share that link or that listing. And like you said, I would ask people that were following me or in my groups or in my circles if they would be kind enough to plus one it and share it as well. And if you have enough followers, if you have enough people in your circles, you're always going to find one or two people that would say, okay, yeah, I'll plus one this for you. You're a good guy. You're a good girl. You know what? You only need one or two people to plus one something after you've done it, just to add some social proof to what you're doing. Um, so yeah, I like to plus one anything I want to go out there, whether it be a YouTube video, even a Facebook post, something I share on Twitter, plus one it, and then ask people to plus one, and even a search link, a search result, plus one it, and ask people to share it and plus one it as well. I've actually had my Google Pluses rank on the front page for a keyword I wanted a client to optimize for. They didn't show up on page one, but my Google plus one did.
Mhm.
Go figure. It goes back to what we've said throughout that Google loves their babies, so make sure you spoil them rotten.
And all the social proof networks out there will do a lot to build up your credibility. They'll build up your trust factor as the authority in what you do, but they also will build up your backlinks, which is something that we spoke about in previous chapters, but we're going to also mention it a little bit here. And you have good backlinks and you have bad backlinks. Now, social proof gives you the good backlinks that you need to help, build up what Google is going to give you as the authority. And so the more of those positive reinforcement backlinks that you have, the better.
Absolutely. And I mean, let's face it, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google Plus, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. I mean, these are sites that are too big to get slapped or barred by Google. So you're not going to do any damage to yourself now or in the future by creating backlinks from these top big or our big seven social sites. So make sure you use them to your favor. And the really cool thing is, I'm not sure about Instagram. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I know on Pinterest you can actually syndicate your videos there, and I do
Hmm.
that all the time. I haven't tried to do it with Instagram yet, but I'll have to figure out a way to do that with my phone. But pictures from your website, great thing to share on Instagram.
Hmm.
Okay. So what besides the social proof, do you do anything else, Rob?
Well, yeah, the articles, posting articles to various sites, whether or not I'm taking content off of a video that I produced or made with you or someone else. You write that content in such a way that you could actually put those articles to submission sites, and you're also going to generate not only backlinks from that, but you're going to get it. It builds upon that authority that you're trying to create.
Absolutely. And just to touch on that too, one thing that I have found that's been very, very powerful, in addition to all that, is to go out and submit a press release. And this is something that after creating a website for a client, I like to go out and do, whether it be a re-release of a site that we've repaired, or a brand new site, or something new. Creating a press release and submitting it to the press release uh, directories that are out there may or may not get you any uh, press or an article written about you. That's the holy grail of press releases, but it is a very good, solid link back to your site. And on several occasions, I've had the press release that I've submitted on behalf of a client rank on page one and stay there for a long time. So, two benefits to doing that. One, when you have a press release sitting on page one, that's a piece of real estate on the first page of the search engines that your competition's not sitting at. Two, if someone reads the press release, your link to that your site is usually in that press release, so they can follow that to your website. So you get traffic from that, and hopefully, if everything's done right, new business. But at the same time, it kicks up the value of the backlinks to your site. If you can get your site and the press release on that same page on the front of Google, then you're on your way to becoming a search engine bully. So, what are some of the things, Rob, that we need to make sure um, is not kicking around on the websites that you want to get listed on the front page of Google?
Well, if if we're talking about backlinks, then we need to eliminate some dead links. Anything that you have on your site that doesn't go anywhere, that doesn't lead to maybe it's old content that you forgot to take down, or it's pointing in to a site that's no longer there. When someone stumbles upon that, they're going to get a 404 error, which is going to hurt your website. So if we can go in and look at your site, or you can go in and look at your site and take a look at everything that currently is not uh, you know, linking anywhere, then let's take it down because you don't want bad pages out there. You don't want people saying, I tried to go to your site, there was a page that showed up somewhere, and it wasn't there. You're just going to continue to get errors, and that's going to look bad on Google, and Google's going to say, you know what? He's not maintaining his site. He's not putting timely and updated fresh content. He's not caring enough that some of this old stuff is still there. And that's going to hurt you. So, you need to keep your site um, up to date.
Absolutely. And you mentioned fresh content there. So one of the things that definitely can help you with that is, you know, constantly add new content to your site, whether it's a new video that you put up on YouTube and you share it on Facebook and Twitter, or a blog post, offering more tips. So this could be an article you shared on a directory. You can share that on your blog. Um, and hey, link it back to the directory or vice versa. And this way, you can create some value. And hey, don't be afraid to continue putting out press releases and put it on a news feed or actually a news page on your website so that uh, you always have new, fresh content. And if nothing else, I mean, you've got 12 months of the year, you've got about 15 different holidays every year. Um, Run a special, whether it could be, right now, we just finished Thanksgiving in Canada. We have Halloween coming up. I'll do that again. So right now we just finished Thanksgiving in Canada. We have Halloween coming up. We've got Thanksgiving coming up in the United States. In Canada, we have Remembrance Day. In the United States, we have Veterans Day. Uh, we have Black Friday, Cyber Monday. We have Christmas. We have New Year's. We have the President's Day. We have all kinds of different sports events that are coming up. Grey Cup in Canada, Super Bowl in the United States if you're not into real football. Uh, we have Family Day here in Canada in February. We have Easter. We have Good Friday. We have spring. We have winter. We have fall. We have summer. We have Canada Day, 4th of July. You know Victoria Day, Memorial Day. I mean, there's just so many different holidays that you can key a promotion or special around and just come up with something new and fresh. I'm not saying give away everything or offer discounts and train your customers to buy at a discount. I'm saying come up with a new promotion or offer for each of these holidays and special events. Create the events and keep something fresh on your website as a result. I find that the websites that get the most traffic are the websites that are always coming up with new and better reasons to come back.
Hmm.
Okay.
And don't forget your blogs because I see a lot of great websites, but they don't keep their blogs up to date. So, and I look at it'll actually say, visit our blog. And then you go to the blog and it says, oh, well, the last blog post was 2011. Well, that tells me that you don't really care and you're not keeping things fresh and up to date. So at
Absolutely.
least post one blog a month if you're really not interested in blogging. At least put something up there once a month. It just tells your customers that you care enough that you want to spend the time to educate them on why they need to use your service.
Absolutely. And just talking about keeping things up to date, the one thing that just kind of I shake my head every time I see this is I'll go to a website and at the bottom of the page you'll see the copyright that isn't current. You'll
Mhm.
see copyrights 2012, 2013. As we say, as we're performing this, it's 2014 and near the end of that. Damn it, not enough coffee this morning. But you know, it's, as we're recording this, we're coming to the end of 2014, and keep your copyrights up to date. That is probably such a simple little thing, but it's also telling Google that this is not an out of date, ignored website, that you're going to keep this up to date. I think the
Hmm.
oldest copyright I've seen recently was 2008. That's scary. There's a lot of things that have changed in 6 years.
That's right.
And then the final tip I'm going to offer is, did you know that proper grammar and punctuation now is a key factor in getting you ranked?
Oh boy.
And I mean, I do definitely tell everyone, hey, write like you speak, and talk from
Well,
your heart, share from your heart.
to an extent, I think we should write like we speak. There are some people that should never write what they say.
Uh,
Um, you know,
Granted. But yes, this is something that, so you know what, if English is your primary language, but you were not a good English student in junior and high school, then get someone to proofread your site. Make sure there's no typos or spelling mistakes or grammatical errors. It counts. And one of the things that I can honestly say is my secret weapon is that my partner in my business, Lisa, is an amazing proofreader, and she goes in and fixes all my mistakes. Now I always blame Big Finger's little keys, but still she makes sense of what I'm trying to say, so that it flows smoothly. So yes, check your work, proofread. It's a simple little thing. It'll return huge rewards for you.
that's right.
So, in a summary, getting onto page one, simply getting social proof and establishing yourself as an authority. We've got the 7 big websites, and that's Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google Plus, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. Um, Keep things fresh and up to date with articles and blog posts. Feel free to submit to article directories and even share these posts, articles, or posts on Facebook and on Google Plus and even on LinkedIn. Make sure you put a note on Twitter that you've done that as well. Uh, Optimize your pages. We've talked about this before, but part of page optimization is going to be correct spelling, correct grammar, no typos, as well as accurate keywords in the title and description. So make sure you go ape, as we've discussed in the previous chapter. Make sure there's no dead links coming into or out of your website. So if there's a link coming into your website that's no longer valid, you know what? Great, eliminate it. If there's a link going out of your website that's going to a 404 page, get rid of it. If you have a page that you've eliminated on your website, but you still have links to that page, eliminate those links. Um, Increase your backlinks. This is something that, as an ongoing SEO practice, you want to continue to do. You want to continue to go out and build your social authority as well as your authority in your niche. So keep your content fresh and interesting, timely, and up to date. And don't be afraid to let people know about it. So submit your press releases. Hey, with that said, I hope you enjoyed this series. Um, Now that you've gone through that, our next chapter, our bonus chapter, if you will, we'll be discussing some of the tools that we use to get things optimized. So come back for that. And of course, you know, uh, if you're reading our book, by all means, visit optimize-this.com to get the bonus chapter.